Hey Jose, Jessica here. I spoke with Eric this morning and he accepted this free video on your behalf. And I'm super excited he did because today I'm going to walk you through three main strategies you can start applying right away, and it's going to make a huge impact in your business. And I know that it will because we've applied these same strategies with over 50 other restoration companies just like you guys, and has made a huge difference in their business. So right now, you guys are getting about 46 people organically to your website, which isn't terrible, but it also means that you're missing out on majority of the people searching for your services, okay? Most of that traffic are people who already know you. They're just looking up your name. And unfortunately, 90% of the time, people don't know who you are when they need your service. So they're looking up service keywords. And so without having these strategies in place, you're not getting indexed for enough keywords. You're not getting that traffic to your site. Okay. So when it comes to ranking on Google, over the last 18 months, there's been a ton of changes in Google algorithm and what they're looking for when they're ranking sites, okay? Everything has to be mobile first, people ready. It needs to be people first. So having really good navigation, click to calls, all those things are important. And you have those in place, which is good. Navigation needs to be in the order of importance. And you need to have a separate page for all of your major services, which it looks like you have. So this is good. Google requires those separate pages because it allows you to focus an entire page designated on that service. Allows you to hyper focus on the local keywords for those service, and answer all the most common questions. So different ways water intrusion happens. What do I do when I notice water damage? You know, what steps should they take? What do you guys do? What does your process look like? What type of equipment do you use? And so it really showcases you as an expert in that service, okay? So that's what's going to be really important here. We don't want just generic information. It's got to actually be helpful, useful information. Every page on your website needs to have its own original content. I noticed you do have service area pages. We absolutely need those as well because Google is proximity based. And so they're going to show people and businesses where people are searching. And so service area pages allow us to capture that. But again, those need to be original content, and most of those are duplicate. They do have a separate image up on top, and some of the keywords are switched out. And even it has a little bit of the area information, but the bulk of the page is the same as all the other service areas. And so Google doesn't like duplicate content, and so they will keep from indexing, okay? Another thing here is whatever area you're based out of or you want to hyper focus on, your homepage and service pages need to be on one area. Okay, so right here we're talking about two different counties, Ventura and Santa Barbara County. Then down here we're talking about Oxnard and Camarillo. Then over here we're talking about Santa Barbara and West LA and Ventura counties. So this is confusing to Google. Okay, even though you service those areas, and there can be a smaller message down below about it, your main title here is focusing on all these areas instead of the actual keywords and the services. Okay, so this is creating confusion for Google. Now, content is absolutely critical. Again, we have Camarillo and Santa Barbara and Ventura. Again, we're just name dropping a bunch of locations. This is really going to help your website struggle. So we really need to dial it down to one specific location if you're focused on Camarillo or Ventura, whatever that is, okay? And then it needs to be around those local exact match keywords. So instead of mold damage restoration, it's going to be mold damage restoration Camarillo. Water damage repair Ventura. Ventura water damage repair. You want to capitalize on the different ways people search so you can get the most potential volume because everybody searches differently. And this homepage here is the most important page of your entire website because it's supposed to tie all the pages together. So it does need to have a little information of all your major services, and then link back to those pages. And then it needs at least 1,500 words or more of this written content, okay? If your competitors have more than 1,500 words, you need more than they have. Always when we compete, we have to do better, okay? So we don't have any local exact match keywords on this page. And there's just not enough actual content on the page. So we definitely need to increase that. And then just making sure these pages have original content and you really dial in a local keyword strategy for each of these locations so that you can be indexed for all of the relative keywords instead of just one or two, or none. Most of these don't have anything indexed, okay? Now, when we look at your top competitor in the area, we have this water damage services. I'm not sure if this is an actual legitimate business or a lead gen, but either way, it is ranking higher. They do have the click to call buttons, which is good. They do have the main service pages in the order of importance: water damage, sewage, mold. They have these important call outs. And here we can see that they are going after the local keywords. They're specifically targeting Ventura, okay? They also have service area pages as well. And they don't have a ton of content, but it does look like they may have a little bit more content than you have here. And then they have the map trying to make them local to Ventura. So you just have to do better than they are doing. More content. Make sure you're doing blog articles, more blog articles, etc. Okay? Now we know when a person does a search, they do a search similar to this. And when they do, there's three main areas your website has the opportunity to be in top positions for. The first is generally going to be ads. And those could be these local service ads like these here. Or it could be cost per click ads like these, okay? Both can be extremely lucrative as long as you have everything dialed in, your processes dialed in, you have the good budget set, and when it comes to cost per click, that you're not sending people to your main website page, but you have designated landing pages for those ads to give them the best opportunity to convert, okay? And then this second section here, this is the Google Business Profile, Google Map Pack, okay? Your goal is to be in the top 3 in your service area for each of your services because 30% of people come straight to the maps and they don't go anywhere else. So when you're not one of these top 3 companies, you're leaving 30% of your revenue on the table every single month and basically just giving it to your competition. Okay, so in order to get in this top 3, if you're not already, you need to focus on getting more citations. And citations is simply listing the name of the business, the address, phone number, and website, and placing those in a bunch of directories like Yellow Pages, Yelp, Glassdoor, Home Advisor, Angie's, and your social media profiles, okay? All of those are great citations, and we need more than our competition, and that helps give you a really good boost in the maps. And then this third section here is the most important section. It is your organic section. This section is absolutely critical because 60 to 70% of people searching come straight here, okay? They will skip the maps and the ads. So when your website doesn't show up here, you're losing that 60 to 70% of that search volume and jobs available every single month in each area that you serve, okay? And so in order for your website to show up here, it does come back to the foundation of this site. Do you have your website properly built with the right content and keyword strategy? Because Google is sending crawlers to your website, which are like little mini robots, and it scans your entire website, all of your images, text, videos. Try to understand who you're about, what type of services do you offer, and where do you offer those services. And so if Google doesn't fully understand or they're confused, they just can't bring the people to your website, okay? So once you have that dialed in, you need to support that with a backlink SEO strategy. So if we look here, just one second. Sorry about that. So if we look here, this is for your website. Your website as a whole has a rating of a 0.5 out of 100 in Google's trust flow, meaning Google doesn't trust your website. And that is partially because of the quality of the site, but more so it's the power we're sending to your site. Your website is a very important tool. And like most tools, they require power. So we power websites with backlinks, which are simply getting links from another website to your website. And it helps bring power to your website, but not all backlinks are created equal. And so we only want to go after good quality, do follow links that are closely related to the services you're offering. So those might come from other home service businesses, related vendors and directories. The fact that you have over 100 backlinks and such a low score tells me the majority of these are spammy links that we need to get rid of because they're actually doing more harm than good. But as you get good links, and we do need more than our competition, but only go after the good ones. As we get more of those good ones, the score is going to increase. Google trusts your website more, and it's going to want to show your website. It's going to help promote it and help it rank. It will help rank those keywords. Right now, you've only got index for 9 keywords, and you're only getting about 46 people to your website. And like I said, almost all of that is all because of your brand, okay? And that means 90% of the people searching are you're still missing out on, okay? So you have mold remediation at Agora Hills that is just hit the first page of Google, and did get a couple clicks to your website. So that is a plus, okay? But you're not ranking for anything else other than these 2 keywords. So you're missing out on a ton of potential not having these strategies in place. When we look at your competitor, okay, they also have a really poor score, and they only have 94 backlinks, so we only want to do better than our competitors. So we don't want to go after those bad links. We go after the good ones, and we get more of them, okay? They've only been indexed for 8 keywords, yet they're getting 158 people to their website. And when we look at it, right, they are ranking on the first page for most of those keywords. Water damage restoration Ventura has 150 searches. They're getting 51 because they're ranked higher. Okay, the higher you rank on the page, the more of the potential traffic you get. Okay, so these guys are absolutely beatable. You just have to do better. Better quality content, more content on the page, keyword strategy, and then support it with this SEO. Okay? So hopefully you found this information to be helpful. Please take this information and run with it and apply it yourself. But if you'd rather do what you do best and have a partner in this, go ahead and give us a call because this is our specialty. And we'd be happy to answer any questions you might have, so feel free to respond to our email or give us a call, and we would be happy to chat. Thank you so much for watching, and I do look forward to hearing from you soon.